Before I cook anything this season, I reset my kitchen, not by making many dishes, but by making one decision. This is Seasoned Life, where cooking isn't about doing more, it's about choosing what supports you before the week begins. Today, I'm making a large batch tomato stew, not just a recipe, but as a foundation that makes the rest of my meal feel lighter. If you're coming out of the holidays feeling tired, uninspired, or overwhelmed in the kitchen, this is for you. I am starting with beef cutlets. These are seasoned with frozen pre-ground marinade, made of ginger, garlic, onions, and pepper. This kind of mix I always keep on hand. I am choosing to steam and then bake my beef. I am steaming the beef first. This step does two things. It allows the beef to cook gently and absorb the flavor. It also frees my hands so that I'm not standing over the stove the entire time. This is one of those quiet choices I talk about often. I'm not trying to be traditional or perfect. I'm trying to be present. Personally, I think cooking should make room for life and not take all of it. Whilst the beef bakes or roasts, I proceed to my vegetables for the stew. Now, this is the heart of the stew, the vegetables. I'll be using some carrots, bell peppers, onions, garlic, and ginger. While I prep and clean my vegetables, I'm reminded to slow down. This is when I often practice my mindful breathing. Slowly breathing in and breathing out keeps me grounded, knowing that not everything needs to be rushed. The reason I prepare my vegetables by roasting, it's because of the caramelization. That slow browning deepens the flavor. It removes harshness from the acidity of the ginger garlic, and it gives the stew some richness without needing extra seasoning. This is one of the techniques that changes everything. Good food doesn't have to come from complexity, it comes from patience. Looks like the beef is perfectly roasted or baked well. This comes out and then in goes our vegetables for roasting. Whilst this roasts, I start with the stew. I'm opting to use canned tomatoes, diced or crushed, because they are practical and there's no shame in that. I blend the diced tomatoes to make it into a smooth blend. Once my oil is heated, I fry the tomato blend. I do this first because tomatoes are naturally acidic. Cooking it down softens the sharpness, deepens the sweetness, and creates some sort of balance. And for richness, I did add in a bit of tomato paste at this stage. I allowed this simmer to deepen the sweetness of the tomatoes. This simmering process takes about 15 to 20 minutes. This cooking part is what I call waiting. I use this time to check on the roasted vegetables, which seems to be about done. Usually it takes about 45 minutes to an hour. See how gooey and how caramelized the onions, garlic, and the rest of the vegetables are. I toss them into the blender, add in some pepper, and then blend till it's smooth. This mix is golden. It becomes my flavor base. I check in on my tomatoes and it looks like it's cooked down. I then add in the blended flavor base of vegetables and stir. This is where the stew transforms. During this simmering process, the flavors marry instead of compete. I call this the secondary waiting period to allow the stew simmer, because you do not want to rush your cooking. I season with my signature mix of dry blend, white pepper, salt, bouillon cube, and some nutmeg, adjusting carefully and not aggressively to build out the flavor. As the stew simmers, I pause again. This is when I can decide to rest, because rest is productive, or I can decide to clean up dishes in the kitchen, and that's okay too. I finally add back the baked beef, letting it finish cooking in the sauce. This stew isn't just a meal, it's a tool. It becomes jollof, rice pairings, sauces base, and many possibilities. This is why I start my year and many weeks this way. When the base is ready, decisions are lighter. Evenings feel calmer. Cooking feels supportive and not demanding. This is what I mean when I say seasoned life. It's not about cooking every day. It's about cooking with intention so that life has room to breathe. If this kind of cooking brings a little calm to your life, I invite you to stay. Like this video, subscribe, and share with someone who's trying to reset without starting over. Until next time, cook with intention and let your kitchen support your life.